Hey guys, it's Paul. I want to give you a quick introduction to brilliant learning interactively, and I actually do think this is brilliant. It says there, build quantitative skills in math, science and computer science with hands-on interactive lessons. I've been playing with it and I think it's really cool. And for lifelong learning, to get back into things, for parents with their kids or just for the kids, that there's so many reasons to give this a go. But I'll tell you more about it. I'm not an expert on this by any means, as you're going to see, but I just think it's really cool. It's got the vibe of learning maths and science and things like that, programming, in the Duolingo gamification way that those sort of language apps use. So I'll show you what I mean, but let's just have a quick intro to it. Join 10 plus million people excelling in maths and science. For lifelong learners of any age, brilliant replaces lectures, videos, and hands-on interactive problem solving. It's better and more fun, a more fun way to learn. For ages 10 to 110, maths essentials. Stress less, learn better. There's definitely there's obviously a style of learning that people use better. This interactive learning's better than reading out of a book or maybe even watching a YouTube video. This hands-on, and what I like about this, I've done this little programming course, not being afraid to fail, going click, oh that's wrong, or let me think about it, oh it's still wrong. I like that. You go, no, do you want to try again? And you know that's the part of programming that people need is don't be afraid to fail. So foundational math, interactive lessons, programming, software development, science and physics and stuff like that are just things that I'm interested in. I use it for foundational logic, data science. I do a lot of data work, so that's cool. High school math, engineering, stats and finance. It's a really cool interactive platform. Problem solving is a huge thing in the workplace and things like that. So if people can get into this, it's cool. So let's first of all talk about pricing. So we'll go down to the bottom. The pricing tab is right here at the bottom. It's probably brilliant.org/premium. So there's a 7-day free trial, and then it's either $12.99 per quarter or it's $7.99 per month billed annually. So it's going to cost £80. Here's my math skills. It's going to cost you 96 quid, something like that, per annual if you subscribe, or if you do a 2-year plan, it's $5.99 a month. Oh god, is that going to cost you 148 quid for 2 years? This is exactly why I need this. But you're going to get a 7-day free trial, depending either way when you sign up. And I'm going to show you how to sign up and how I would sign up, just because on a free trial, I don't like that they ask for payment information. Seems like a bit of a gotcha. Why not ask for the payment afterwards? It's my only gripe with Brilliant. Let's go through the sign up just so you know what's happening. Maybe I should have showed you the whole platform before, but you could also skip this section or any section. So let's go with the $12.99. I'm just going to join with an email. What should we do? I'll do a test email, right? Because that's what it is. Password. Paul, what's your age? I am old. Should just say old there, shouldn't it? So sign up and save that. Unlocked full. Free quarter unlock. So now I've just done this, haven't I? I've signed in. Now I need to select my plan. And this is where I don't like. Brilliant. I get why you do it. 3 months for 46 quid. Oh yes, it's 12 what was it, $12.99 plus VAT. Okay, so obviously you got to work out which is better for you. Premium for 3 months or pay for a year. I'm personally going to pay for a year, but this is what I would do. Pay with PayPal. PayPal checkout, right? And it's going to log in. I will log in. I'll use this one. It's okay. I'm going to log in and pre-approve this payment in 7 days' time. I'm not a fan of this. It's going to ask me a code that is sent to my phone. I mean, it doesn't matter. The code changes, so. So right, it's going to pre-approve this payment. Now, Brilliant might not like me showing you this part. This is what I would do. So I'm in, I'm subscribed, and I'm signed up. I don't like that. I really don't. I've said it a few times now. Welcome to Premium. We're in. At this point, go to your browser, type in pnuk.com, PayPal. Brings you to this page. Here's a link to cancel your pre-approved payments. Log into your PayPal. Why I've got to log in? I've just literally done this 2 seconds ago. But log in. And cancel that payment. They will hate me for saying it, but if you're testing this, see this brilliant org here, cancel it. Stop pre-approved payment. Done. Too many platforms I have seen where you sign up for a free trial and forget, and then bang, they hit you with it. Now, they will probably refund you if you don't use it, but I just think that's a way to manage all your PayPal pre-approved payments. pnuk.com/PayPal. And anything that's surprising you, just go cancel it. Sorry again to Brilliant, but that's what I would do. So, next step, we're going to dive in. So you could, if you've skipped the last bit, you've probably just skipped me saying this as well. Onwards. Right, we're on. We're starting. It's going to ask me a lot of questions on the first sign up. To give my child premium, I really like this idea. I'm going to get my nephew involved in this. To sharpen and learn for fun. It's probably me, right? So it may set things up, but this may just be data collection for the business. How did you hear about us? YouTube. Say the punk sent me. Get started. Here we go. So we're into Brilliant. It's got this tracking. See, have you done daily things? Have you started a course? It's going to lean you through stuff. But what do you want to get into? Logic. These are set courses. There's daily puzzles. So if you just have a quick walk around, there's the courses, which I think, is that what we're already on? We're already on the courses page. There's a daily challenge page, which I like, where you can just test your brain a little bit. I'll come back to that in a minute. But what we should do is jump into a course. And I did one today that I really liked. I like the logic stuff. What was it? I think it was this Science Foundations. And this is what I really like about it. Set courses. People can track what you've done, or you can track yourself, and you can jump into different lessons and do it interactively. So let's do this. Nature is a puzzle. This is a course to explore physics and principal engineering through puzzles and play. The puzzles in the chapter focus on the mechanics. Now, I've literally done this today, so maybe I should kind of answer it as I did before. These 5 identical gears fit together and are allowed to rotate freely. So if the yellow gear at the left rotates clockwise, what direction will the blue gear? So obviously if this goes this way, that goes that way, this goes this way, that goes that way, which means that's going to be clockwise. Correctamundo. And there's information that you can see on how it works, right? I think I should have just... Okay. And it's just all great interactive information as you go. And now this time, it's just going to show me the same thing. But if I move this wheel around, it shows me how those gears move. And if you get the answer wrong, it's good that you can do that. And if you move this one backwards. So the interaction, I think, is brilliant. The information is brilliant. And I jump past this. Next, we explore a physical, everyday physical system, a large pot. To turn on the stove and boil the water, drag the red circle, right? So we go low, or we get to go high. To turn on the stove and boil the water, drag the red circle, right? Okay. Once it starts to boil, all of the heating comes on. There we go. And the stove, water is spent transforming liquid into steam. It's just great information. It's easily written, and it's like, so here's the puzzle, right? So it says here, a cup of water is suspended in a pot of water on a stove top. The water in both the cup and the pot starts off at the room temperature. If the stove is turned on high, when do you think the water in the cup will boil? So I figured after the surrounding water boils. This was my answer. But I'm guessing you can click this over here, and this starts to boil. And then you can see that the top one is around the same. It starts to lose energy. And the question is, when does that get there? So I put after the surrounding water boils, and it's wrong. The answer is never. Also, this doesn't actually reflect. It's just part of the question. And it says that the water can never go above 100 degrees. So the water in the pot will never get hot enough to get there. So you go through, and there's all sorts of stuff like this. I liked. I want to jump to the next. Let's just get everything wrong. Lowering it is the answer here. I like the next part as well. Review and reflect. I like the. I think is the next bit bridges, and it's this gamification that you're on a day streak. You've done certain things, and you did your stuff yesterday, and here's an idea of doing something today, and you're on to the next lesson. Yeah, bridges. I like this, right? So this is the sort of stuff that I think's cool, and not realizing. I did a physics thing the other day as well with a bouncing ball and a train and stuff. That was cool. So it's all about beams and structures and things like that, and engineering questions in it. So make this bridge rigid. So basically the bridge, if we play it, falls over. So how do we make the bridge rigid with as few beams as possible? So if I put one in here and then check, it's wrong, right? So what I like about it is just you're allowed to fail. You're allowed to be wrong and say, is it like that? There you go. The bridge works, right? Everybody's probably thinking it was going to be the crossword. And it's loads of little interactive science, physics stuff that if I had this at school, I would have loved it. I mean, there weren't bloody computers when I was at school, or not ones. The internet didn't exist. So, what was this? So I think it was this, and then was it this, this. Oh no, not this one. Remove this. I don't think I can. Okay. So with as few beams as possible. I can't remember the answer to this one. Was it this? Oh, it moved, didn't it? What do we think? This one? The internet's screaming at me for being an idiot. Do we think it's this way? Oh, come on. No, it still moved. Of course it bloody moved. How did I do it last time? How did it not move last time? Do we think it's this one? Oh, I'd already done this one. Or was it the original that I got the original wrong? Oh man, I've literally done this today. This just shows my level of learning. I think it was. Oh yeah, is it a different structure than I think? Well, that's going to wobble it, isn't it? Honestly, when I start doing videos, my brain just stops freezing. I've already done this once today. I feel like was I not? Oh, was it? Oh man, this shows just how much I need something like this. My skills are bizarrely lacking. Was it this? There you go. Like something you didn't like. I like it. So yeah, so that's part of the learning. Let's jump on to the daily challenge. Oh, I've just looked at that. I've just clocked this one. Look at this snooker. What's this structure? Snooker. I'm going to come back to that. Snooker. Trick shots and everything, but it's probably a physics learning thing. It's not. I don't know if it's letting me click on it or not. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that. Reaction and force. I love the physics. What was it? Theory of relativity and all that stuff that I never really understood in school. But doing some courses on this just helps me to learn it that I can reaffirm later and stuff. But anyway, there's also daily challenges, and I'll show you this one that was today. So who won the race? It's like a logic questioning, bit of fun. You could probably do with your kids. Suppose there's a race. The Boris finished before Carlos was the only possible other outcome to the entire race. Keep reading to see reasoning we can jump. So what this is a logical challenge. 4 runners are in a race. Amelia, Boris, Carlos and Dara. After some confusion at the finish line, it's unclear what's the final finishing order was, but this is the information. Dara finished before Amelia. Boris wasn't third. There were 2 runners between Amelia and Carlos. So, I'll tell you how I read it the first time. The first one was Dara finished before Amelia. Boris was third. And there were 2 runners between Amelia and Carlos. So what I did was, Boris was third. There were 2 runners between Amelia and Carlos. So Amelia, Dara, Amelia finished in front of Carlos. Dara finished before Amelia. So that was me. Now, when I got it wrong, I understood. So I said Dara finished first. But Carlos finished first. I was like, Carlos finished first. There is a solution at the bottom. But what I understand now when I do these things, and what I think will be great for kids, will be great for exams, is I read the whole thing wrong. It says Dara finished before Amelia. Right, so we know Dara finished before Amelia. Boris wasn't third. Right, so Boris was, in this scenario, was fourth. And then there were 2 runners between Amelia and Carlos. So there was 2 runners between Amelia and Carlos. So if Carlos finishes 2 runners ahead of Amelia, then he has to finish first in Amelia. So there were 2 runners between. I thought there were 2 places between. Dara finished before, but Boris wasn't third. So then that becomes how it worked, right? And it's just gone green to tell me. I completely read the question wrong, and I love it. I love that your brain is jumping ahead of you, thinking it's connecting stuff instead of just sitting down and really reading it to make sure you get it right. So I think you can get from the vibe. I'll do a conclusion in a separate section. Yeah, so I think you can get the vibe from me that I'm really sort of into this stuff. I like the interactivity. I like the things I couldn't get when I read books, things that didn't make sense to me when I did physics at school. I actually did pass physics at school. That was a long time ago. 30 years ago, innit? I can see my maths when I do stuff like this. I put in that I was 47, didn't I? Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. I'm going to sign up and pay for an annual. I'm going to keep coming back. My morning coffee. I'm going to do a lesson. Instead of browsing the internet, browsing Twitter, browsing YouTube, I'm going to dive in and do some lessons and really try to understand stuff. I like the computer science stuff. I think a lot of kids should be getting into computer programming, understanding how you can become a coder, which opens up the internet to doing anything you want. There is a section that I might do for teachers that can create classrooms. I'm not sure. I've emailed Brilliant to give me access to that, so maybe I can do an introduction video for teachers to be able to add their students to certain courses and lessons and daily challenges to make their classes more interactive. But yeah, brilliant. I think it is brilliant. I've really enjoyed using it. I will continue to use it. If you go to pnuk.com/brilliant, tell you what, it would be cool if you spelt it right. It will jump you to the sign up page. If I get any sort of discount codes, or if you need me to do a training course for Brilliant, I really think it's so intuitive. You don't need me to. But if you've got any questions, fire them in the comments below, and I will answer them. I'll create extra videos on Brilliant, and hopefully everybody's happy using it, and it's just brilliant. I think it's great. I saw it on another YouTuber's sponsored video as he was doing the video, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting, and I dived in, and I wasn't disappointed. Any questions, leave them below. I know I waffled on. I'm not an expert on Brilliant, but maybe this time next year I will be. See you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Paul, PNUK Punk, out.